Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to enable CarPlay on this 991.1. You can also do that on 997.2 as long as it has a PCM version 3.1. So on these cars, they don't allow you to retrofit the PCM 4, I think it is, that comes in the newer models. Obviously, I think they want you to buy the new car because they tell you, oh no, it doesn't have the right cables and all that, so it wouldn't work. I'm sure it would work if Porsche would sell you the PCM, but because there are plenty of really clever technical folks out there who could make it work. Anyhow, I made this one work, so I will show you how it's done. Enjoy! So if you're a 911 owner, especially a 991.1 or 997.2, like me, you would be very frustrated that the PCM, which is the infotainment system within these cars, cannot be upgraded. So as you can see, I bought this unit from a company called NM Automotive. It's nmautomotive.co.uk where you can find this. Very, very good company, good customer service, instant responses to anything that you ask them. So I looked online and found this company based out of Guernsey in the UK, which provides an aftermarket PCM fitment, I guess you can call it, that you can add to your car, and it gives you CarPlay. So I bought this kit online. The chap is called Nick. He's really nice and friendly. As you can see, these products look really good quality, and they provide you with everything, and he emailed me a whole bunch of instructions, I don't know, about 30-40 pages. So I decided that I'm going to do this myself instead of taking it to some mechanic, because I am very technically savvy and this isn't rocket science. Actually, rocket science would be fun. So I decided to put this in myself, and I will show you what I did. And obviously I did it over time lapse because it was several hours and I didn't want to bore you. So here I am reading the instructions on how to remove the side panels of the center console. Because it's all leather, very delicate little clips inside, you have to do it very carefully. I bought this little kit online which helps you pull these things out. I'll put a picture up here for that. So I just had, as you can see, I've got these pictures and instructions printed next to me, and it was not very easy, but it was still fairly simple to remove the PCM unit. Then I brought it into my office and decided to open it up according to the instructions. Removing the DVD player was the hardest thing, so as you can see, I'm really struggling here to remove it. It's just so hard, and the metal is so sharp it cuts your fingers. So I tried everything, eventually managed to open it. And then if you follow the instructions, I mean, if you just read the instructions, they look really, really complicated. But if you follow page by page, step by step, and just carry on, it's not that complicated. So basically, I didn't want to remove my DAB unit, so they provide you with these little studs that you can apply on top of your system and then add another motherboard. This motherboard allows you to then add CarPlay as a feature into your existing PCM system, and it works with the touchscreen and everything. So it took me, I think, about 2 hours to fit this. I guess I was just being very, very slow. So also I was feeling a bit lazy and having little breaks with teas and coffees and lunch. So, but I didn't want to rush it because I didn't want to damage anything, and I was extremely careful because this unit is about, I think, £5,000 if you blow it up. So anyhow, as you can see, there are so many little things, cables and wires, which I managed to add in the end. And I was very worried that once I put it back in the car, it's not going to work. I'll have to open it up again, because in the instructions it says don't seal everything back in, make sure you test the system before you do. And once I finished, I went and plugged it in, but it was very, very dark, so I had to use a light to see inside my car. And I tested it, it works, but I left it there because I couldn't do any more work, and I couldn't even film because it was obviously very dark and quite late.
Okay, as you can see, I have PCM 3.1 that comes with the 991.1 models and also with 997.2 models. And if I go back into the normal tuner, for example, you can see normal radio. And then if I go into sat-nav, the normal sat-nav screen, and now you can see it's the same unit, and we have Apple CarPlay. I have a few apps on here, but the one that I use the most are the ones on the first screen, and I use Spotify, for example. So there is Spotify. I can also use the voice commands now. I have Waze, as you can see. And anyway, you know how CarPlay works. So what I've also done is installed another additional microphone here, which is connected to the new system, and it is constantly listening to, if I make requests to call Siri, for example, that's the microphone that will pick it up. The sound quality is really amazing, as usual, because one, I have a Bose system, and also because the phone is connected using a cable, it's always good. What I did here was I brought in the cables into here, and I've connected this up, but I also have another thing, which is this. So you can put the iPhone in here. If it's without a case, it slides in, and inside there is a connector that will plug in to the iPhone, and there's an external aerial which is in the front bonnet that will improve the signal for the phone. So that's another thing, but with the case and also with the iPhone 10, this slot is too small. It was for my iPhone 7, so I need to find if the company now makes the bigger slot for the iPhone 10. I did this all myself, so I'm sure it's not that complicated. Most people would be able to do it. But let me show you what else I've done outside. On here, as you can see on the rear number plate, here I've put a rear view camera, which the cable runs along here and goes through and into the back, and then comes out from here and then goes along the bumper on the inside. You have to remove the light to access the cable, and then when you do that, so you have to remove the light to access the cable because the exhaust is in the back. If you don't run the cable along the bumper and secure it and put a heat shield on it, it will probably melt. But let me show you how the rear view thing works. So if I have the car, I put it into reverse. Here we have the rear view camera. And the engine's not running, but it will obviously turn these markers as you turn the steering wheel. And also on here there's a little car symbol with front and rear parking sensors, so it shows you how far you are from things.